to me, please. Why are you holding me? Please don't hold me. Go and hold her. She's the one that loves wearing tight things, flexing around guys. She's the one that loves guys touching her. Please, why are you touching me? Please, why? Please, why are you talking to me? No, 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 no. I don't like that. Please. Lucy finish Nengi. No be small matter. Seriously, it wasn't actually an easy, a small issue. And then Ebuka had to capitalize on that particular scene while they were in the house, where Lucy actually called Nengi a flex. And okay, Lucy was trying to say that Nengi actually loves putting on tight and said it, guys love playing around, guys. You understand that? Okay, what happened? Why did you have to say that? And this, here's what Lucy had to say. Lucy, that in her own opinion, the way she came up to Nengi before they had that fight that day in the house, she has communicated with Nengi beforehand as regards that. And in her words, she was like, she didn't really mean it as an abuse. She didn't really mean it to bring her down or not to play around people. But she's like, you can sell off yourself better, you being alone, than always hanging around with these guys, wearing tight things and trying to be seductive or something. You understand? And then Nengi, on the other hand, was like, she has always said it's time to down on bad. She loves being around guys, of which Lucy was like, okay, me myself, I actually love being around guys. I have more of male friends than female friends, but notwithstanding, I feel I can do better, or I can do best, or I can be the best of me when I'm alone as a lady, other than always doing our Naija people go talk say gombody gombody or like always trying to be around the opposite sex, you understand? And they just had to talk about that. And well, Lucy, from her own point of view, she was just saying that she was just trying to be like, okay, ladylike, like being bringing up this kind of, how will I put it, let the viewers see you in a different way, let them not have this one notion about you, of which even in the house within themselves they were already having this different notion about Nengi, which has to do with she and guys. Like all the guys were liking her, and she was literally almost around all the guys, and it was like, girl, some persons were seeing it as her strategy. Okay, Ebuka went for that to ask one or two persons that, okay, did you see it? How did you see Nengi at the initial? Dorothy even said it, that she actually saw it as Nengi's strategy, going around with all the guys and the likes like that. It was her strategy in the house. But Nengi was like, she didn't see it as a strategy because that's whom she is. She actually loves being around guys. She likes playing with them, in her words, that she plays with them. And that was a wrap for that. Yeah, we go down to Praise and Neil. Praise was actually very shocked and like, wow, my friend Neil nominated me or evicted me or chased me out of the BBNAIJA house. Like, are you for real? I actually saw you as my G. I actually saw you as my guy. So it was like, wow. And to think of that, after Neil nominated Praise to be evicted while they were in the house, on the day Praise was being evicted, Neil screamed the loudest. Abi, Praise screamed the loudest. I shall know that Neil screamed the loudest. And I'm like, okay, everybody in there are now like, why are you screaming? Why is it coming as a shock to you? Because you actually nominated this guy. But in his opinion, when he was given the chance to speak, in his words, he was like, he didn't see it that way. Okay, on the day Praise was to be evicted, there were 5 people nominated that day. We had Watoni, we had Praise himself, we had V, we had Tricky T, and what was the last person? I think there were this 4. You understand? There were just this 4. You understand? And Neo on his own hand, he was like, he had to give his vote to, like, from, let's say, from the scale of preference, V had it already. In fact, if it meant him giving everything to V, he would have. You understand? V had it. It's not negotiable. You understand? Then coming down to Tricky T and Praise. Now these 2 people are actually G to Praise. I'm sorry, to Neil. But the thing is, between these 2, Neil had to pick one, right? And now after V, who is next? In the speech of Neil, he's like, Praise is next before Tricky. Sorry, before Tricky, then Watoni, You understand? At the moment. But he felt that Tricky T needed it more. Over times, if you're actually familiar with the show, you always watch the show. Over times, Tricky T was always, please, if you've not seen my video, go and see it. I made this comment before. Over times, Tricky T was always reoccurring, almost all evictions, and Messi just speaks for him, just anyhow like that. And you will agree with me that he doesn't really vibe with others the way others does. He doesn't really have this one to go person. According to Watoni, he doesn't have this to go person, one to go person. He doesn't really vibe with others. He doesn't have this clique that, oh no, this one, don't if you don't see me here, you wish I see me here. No, 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 no. He was actually going around, and I thought that's why so many people were always nominating him. And then, you know what, he actually got sympathy from the crowd, from the audience, and that was what kept him to the house, to the point actually he was in the house. So at the moment, Neo was like, this guy actually needs me. Number one. Number two, Praise was this dancer guy, so he and Neo, they vibed more in the house. And Praise was this kind of person that he's not like attached to this particular person. He always sees to everybody, wanting to make them happy, wanting to cheer you up, always dancing. He dances with this person early morning during the gym. He walks out with this person. And in Neo words, he felt Praise had much more love. There was this competition, but he had this love for every other person. So he was like, if I evict Praise, if I nominated Praise and kept Tricky T at the moment, Praise, we have more people that would keep him in the house. I understood it perfectly from his point of view, sincerely. And I felt if we all looked at it from Neo's point of view, it's correct. Yes, it's actually correct. That's what actually happened. And cool, the both of them, they vibe together, apologized to each other as normal thing, guys. And Praise was like, Neo came to me after at the grand finale and was like, guy, anything will happen for house now, inside house, so the matter don't die down. House now house. I beg, we don't ball out, we move. You understand? And they were cool with it, and they still roll to today. You understand? So the air was clear. The air was clear. Although Ebuka really had issues with that, because he was like, if this person is your friend, the way you pick V first, then you really would have kept this guy, not even Tricky T. But at the moment, Neo was trying to play a fair game. You understand? He was just trying to play a fair game, at which on his own angle, it's not be that anybody left, or he was actually favoring one person than the other. You understand? But in the real sense, it was actually Kid Wire that chased Praise, in my opinion, back to the house. Yeah, we also move on to Prince and Neo.
It is the same, and I watched them and I felt betrayed and it hurt. And I remember in the house I used to say that I didn't like people. I didn't like making friends because they always turn around to bite back me. They will always turn around to stop.
No, so you considered him a friend?
Huh?
You considered him a friend?
I considered him a brother, and I called you a brother.
Prince and Neo, they had this thing. You know, there was a moment in the house where everybody had to talk about one or two members of the family, and it was an emotional moment. Some persons cry. I remember Nengi crying. I remember Watoni crying. I remember Prince himself crying, and so many people really felt emotional, talking one or two things about their parents. And now this is it. Neo and Prince were actually friends. They connected so well because they were from the same alma mater, which is their school. You understand? They felt that, okay, we are from the same environment. Okay, we connected so well to the extent that they called themselves brothers at a point. You understand? And coming out of the, okay, no, before then, when this game started on, and Prince had something to say about his dad. You understand? And then Neo then went into the diary room, and Big Brother asked him that, what do you think? I mean, which person's story did you feel that was seemingly unreal or was faking it? And Neo, in his own opinion, please let's understand this thing, that it's an opinion. It's not that he's outrightly telling it or saying it that he was lying. It's an opinion. He just felt there probably would have been one or two things that made him felt that way, but he just felt that Prince was actually faking it. And here is the problem. Prince actually leaving the house had that, and he became upset. And like, guy, we are friends. I thought we were friends. That means you come to my front, you laugh at me, you go to the back, you do shit. Do you understand? And then We were friends to the extent that I clean your vomit. In this way, he said, I clean your vomit. It would have been easy for me to wake V up to come and do the cleaning. But I cleaned it. V was surprised to wake up and see me doing that. Neo was very surprised when he woke up and found out I was the one that did it. So I took you as my brother, I took you as my best G, and you had to go to the diary room to say things about my dad on national TV. Who does that? You understand? I think I try to understand the part at which, the point at which Prince was coming from. He was coming from the aspect that, okay, this is my dad. My dad is a prominent person in society. Many people knows my dad. This is a national TV. Millions of people are watching this. You understand? So I, as a child, would not be able to come out and say some kind of untrue or seemingly unreal thing about my dad. My dad wouldn't be happy about me because his cabinet or people that knows him will see it to be unreal, and they're like, so your son is going this far to sell you or this or that, sell you or this or that. You understand that kind of a thing? So why is it that what I said you felt were unreal? And this, in your words, this is what he felt. He felt that, guy, I beg you, be guy, you shouldn't have cried. You understand? And he was seeing the cry as the emotions were too much to be real. That's the aspect at which Neo was coming on from. You understand? The emotions was too much to be real. So he just felt that maybe he was faking it. And the fact that they were seeing Prince as a competitor, as one of the big factor there, was another problem. You understand? So they felt anything he was doing at the moment, in my opinion, was a strategy for him. You understand? Being Mr. Nigeria coming up. Please, if you've not watched my video before, go and watch it. Some of the things I'm saying, I'm repeating them again. You understand? So you will get to understand better what I am saying. So, in my opinion, they felt, this guy, I know he has higher chances and some stuff like that. And you know, one thing I like about you is that he own up to any mistakes he make. And as a guy teen, he'd always want to apologize. See, he doesn't need to be really so official. And one thing is that on the grand finale, Neo said, Prince said in his words, by the way, in the boss, he was like, anybody that said things for me, shit to me or shit about me while we were in the house, I've seen the videos, I've had everything. Oh, please don't bother coming to me. Oh, please, let's keep it like that. We are not friends. We are not this. I'm like, guy, it has not gotten to that extent. And this is it. After even hearing that, still went up to you in your hotel room to like, guy, anything maybe happen. No, he did for house, he don't pass. You understand? This should make you understand that this guy was coming from a plain place. Mind you, I think one thing the housemates are really failing to understand is the fact that the Big Brother NAIJA show is a game. There is no how you will keep matured adults in an enclosed place whereby they have no space to explore, just within the confinement of 20 people, and you will not expect gossip, you will not expect beef. My dear, you went there for a game. You didn't go there for best friend. You didn't go there to find a soulmate. No, if you must get a soulmate, in my own opinion, after the game we reconnect, like the reunion show right now. You understand? But I think they were taking this thing more or less too personal to me. They were taking it more or less too personal. My dear, it's a game, and I love the spirit of Neo. He has the spirit of sportsmanship, trust me. Because after every game, there must be a winner, there must be a loser. And he still had to come to you and say, hey, whatsoever I said, though, anything where I don't talk, now house he did, don't take for house, more leave, I'm move on. And you didn't want to give him the attention to think of the fact that you gave him your number and he has been calling you, you did not pick the call. Now you are saying that you did not see the call, and then now, like on national TV, you openly said that you were not friend with him. Come on, it struck me. I wasn't really cool with that. I could read it on Neo's face. Neo was not happy. He wasn't happy. Yeah, let's go to V, Watoni, and Tolani Badge. Yeah, so the V was like, I don't know why you always act like a mad woman, you behave like a mad woman, be like a mad woman. You do things in the way of mad women. And Ebuka had to pick that particular clip, and he was like, okay, how does mad women act? How does mad women do? To say the repetition of the thing I hate it. Okay, now this was the problem. V had a bed space, Watoni had sleep on a particular bed space, and they were like, no, leave that bed space and go to Lilo's bed space, since she was out of the house at the moment and the bed space was vacant, because my things are all over everywhere, and if I want to get my things, if I want to do this thing, I'll be disturbing you, and I wouldn't want to disturb you. You understand? And V was like, she has explained it times without number severally to Watoni, but Watoni wouldn't listen, but yet go to one or two persons and then they will still be coming back to her. I'm like, it's now got to her head. And like, you always do things like a mad woman, you do things a mad woman way. You understand? Like, you do things mad people do. I'm like, so the fact that this girl was actually going from one person to another, telling them you did this or you said this, and then those people coming back to that's because the person does things in a mad way. Wait, oh, please comment in the comment. I really want to know, does mad people actually behave that way? I didn't say so. I'm just asking a question. Please comment down below. Let's vibe together. Exactly. So and V was like, that was just all. But Watoni, on the other hand, took it personal, took it somewhere out of the box. And at that moment, V and Tolani Badge were good friends, and V and Tolani Badge were the ones having this conversation at the moment. Watoni now in her was like she was almost asleep when the whole thing started. And she was hearing whisper saying, let her go to Lilo's bed. I'm like, and she in her words, she's like, if I'm your friend, why don't you come to me and say it than whispering? And wow, baby blow up though, and that was it. But I'm cool. I'm just happy that they were able to mend things up, and they were able to explain and understand themselves. You see, there's one thing I understand about friendship and whatsoever kind of relationship you have, any kind of fucking person. Communication is the key. Now V was like, I don't want to disturb you. Watoni is like, I needed that disturbance because I did not have a go-to person, so the disturbance was a thing for me. You understand? And then now Tolani Badge, why did you react to Watoni? Is it because of Prince at the moment? Tolani Badge and Watoni were not with him because of Prince. So could that reaction has come from the place of Prince or what? And then Tolani Badge was like, no, it has nothing to do with that. It really, really had nothing to do. Okay, Watoni, what did you think about that? Did you think at the moment it has something to do? Initially, I did not think like that in Watoni words. But later, sitting down to think about it, I thought it had to do with Prince, because at the moment, Prince, Watoni said that girl can form. She said, now, Prince, I'm not angry with you, but I just want to tell you, I can't date you. Abi, it's not that I liked you, it's not that I wanted a boyfriend relationship. There's nobody. You will sweat before you get me. I got this virgin at the age of 24. That is to tell you that you will sweat before you get me. I'm not a cheap girl. Please, who said you were? Why are you always emphasizing on this? You're not, in fact, Ebuka and all the old housemaids were, even me too. Watoni, but you were kissing Brighto, front and back, left and right. You were just pursuing him like butterfly, and you never wanted a relationship with anybody. You just wanted a friendship, just wanted a go-to person. Yeah, our fan came up to ask Lucy that, okay, did you ever feel out of place in the house? And she's like, no. And I feel the reason why the guy would ask, or that fan would ask such a question, because of she was always crying. She was like, cry baby. At the point I used to tell her that, cry because of cry baby, this aquarium girl has always fallen in my hand, you understand? Because she was always crying in the house, and in her words she was like, no, she didn't feel out of place in the house, but just that she felt that people didn't really understand her, you understand? And she felt that she felt that people didn't really understand her. People didn't really understand the aspect at which she's coming from once a thing was there. Yeah, guys, it's still your #1 YouTube channel, NAIJA News and Entertainment. If you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please ensure you do. Just click the subscribe button down below. It's no cost, very costless. Like my videos, comment on the comment section below, turn on your notification bell in case, just so that I drop new and spicy gist for you. You would just like it to pop up now. You know that alert thing, you used to get it, but please stop falling my hand. Okay, until next time, I'll bring you more gist. Stay tuned with me on this channel. Don't forget, NAIJA News and Entertainment. Later.